This is Muhammad Ajmal Khan from YouTube channel English with Ajmal Khan. And in today's lecture, I'm gonna address a very important query which has usually surfaced from students who are preparing for PPSC and FPSC exams. Mostly students and aspirants of PPSC and FPSC, I mean competitive exams, keep on, asking a question, and that is how to write a short English essay on a particular topic. A short English essay is usually an essay which is of 30 to 40 marks. It can be of 20 marks, but usually it is of 30 to 40 marks. So if a candidate is thinking to write an essay, an effective essay on a particular topic which is usually of 30 to 40 marks, how he or she will have to write down outline, how he or she will write down, writing introduction paragraph, how he or she will embed thesis statement in the opening or introductory paragraph, how a candidate is supposed to write a conclusion paragraph, and how many paragraphs should be written in a short English essay for a competitive exams like Tehsildar, Naib Tehsildar, Assistant Superintendent Jail, Deputy Superintendent Jail, or any other exam like Assistant Director in any department. In today's video, actually, I'm going to shed light on all these questions, on all these queries that how a short English essay can be written in an effective, efficient, and a successful manner. So today's lecture is, you know, a guiding tool. It is going to be an assistive tool for all those candidates who are going to sit in an exam and write down a short English essay on a topic like I'm going to share. This is today's topic. I have come up with a topic that is the role of media in modern Pakistan, or it can be simply the role of media in Pakistan. Suppose this is a topic on which you are supposed to write down a short English essay, like an essay which is of 30 to 40 marks. So, how many paragraphs you are going to write down? How you will, draw its outline? How would you like to, how would you write actually introductory paragraph on this essay? How you will conclude this particular essay? All these questions are going to be addressed in this particular video. For any, topic, before starting writing actually essay on any particular topic, you are supposed to write down a comprehensive outline. And every outline covers two main topics necessarily, and that is one is introduction and the last one is conclusion. What is going to be included in between introduction and conclusion is actually what is the most important part of your, you can say, outline. So in this topic, if you are if you are sitting in an exam, in exam of English, paper, and a topic like the role of media in modern Pakistan appears in front of you, you will have to, firstly, you will have to draw an outline. And in outline, firstly, the first heading would be introduction. Keep in mind that in writing outline, you are not supposed to write anything under that, heading introduction. You will write down number one heading would be introduction, and there would be nothing in, under this headline, I mean, under this heading introduction. Whatever I have written in front of you on the screen is actually food for thought. It is going to serve the purpose of, helping material. The second heading would be positive role of media in Pakistan, in which under which there would be subheadings actually. And third heading would be challenges and negative aspects of, you can say, media in Pakistan. It would be most appropriate to write down like this. And the fourth heading would be suggestions for responsible use of media. You can write like this. And the fifth heading would be conclusion. And again, I would like to say, when you will write conclusion heading, there would be no, subheading, or there would be nothing written under the heading conclusion, like I have told you in earlier part of my video, that you are not going to write down anything under the heading introduction. Whatever I have written and whatever is appearing in front of you is only food for thought. It is only going, I have only written these things for your assistance, for your help, for your, for providing you inputs actually. So first heading would be introduction. Second head would be positive role of media in Pakistan. Third one would be negative role of, media in Pakistan. And fourth one would be responsible use of media in Pakistan. And fifth one would be conclusion actually. So while you would be writing introduction, you can write down that media acts as a fourth pillar of the state in any state. And in this age of globalization, role of media is influencing, or it is glowing actually, it is growing actually. You can also write down that in today's Pakistan, media's landscape is expanding, because in the earlier times of Pakistan, like from 1947 till, you can say, 1980s, print media was, on the surface. But in 1990s, I mean 19 and 90, electronic media, emerged on the surface. And from 2002 onward, digital media and, social media is working, or it is on the surface. So it is actually expanding with the flux of time. And you can write down that whatever I have told you just recently, that firstly print media was on the surface, and after the independence, you know electronic media evolved on the surface during 1990s, and then after 2002, private TV channels got liberated, or, private TV channels emerged on the surface in Pakistan. So these are actually different points, and you can say in print media, TV, newspapers and magazines are, important. And in electronic media, you can say TV and radio, TV channels. TV and radio is important in electronic media. And in social media or digital media, you can say Facebook or X or YouTube and blah, blah. These things are uh, constituting, or these things are actually collectively called digital media or social media. So this would be included in the introduction part of the, essay. In the second paragraph, there would be only one paragraph of introduction, and keep in mind that ending line of the introduction paragraph would be thesis statement. Now, what is thesis statement? Thesis statement is actually one or two line at the end of your introductory paragraph. Mean, you can say, putting another way, we would like to say that thesis statement is one or two lines which are placed at the ending lines of introduction paragraph, and these one or two lines actually are the central theme of the whole essay. The whole essay actually revolves around thesis statement. Putting another way around, if someone reads your thesis statement, he will come to know that what would be written in the whole essay, the what the whole essay is all about actually. That is, thesis statement. Thesis statement is not a, something to worry about actually. It is actually when we you can say when we summarize the whole essay in one or two lines, that becomes thesis statement simply. So in the second, the introduction has only one paragraph. Most students, commit error, or they, commit mistakes that they write down 2 to 3 paragraphs for introduction. That is totally wrong and that is totally unacceptable. That causes failure actually. And some students write down 2 paragraphs on conclusion. There is Keep in mind that there is only one paragraph for introduction and one paragraph for conclusion. This is the golden principle of writing English essay. So in the second paragraph of essay, you would be writing actually 2 paragraphs. I mean, after introduction, there would be 2 paragraphs on the positive role of media in Pakistan. No, keep in mind that this essay is going to be a short essay, so the length does matter here. Time does matter here. So you are supposed to write down only 2 paragraphs on positive aspects of social, on the positive aspects of role of media in Pakistan. And if you would be writing 3 to 4 paragraphs, then definitely you are supposed to write down 3 to 4 paragraphs on the negative aspects of social media. I mean, role of media in Pakistan. Again, you are supposed to, it is mandatory to write down a paragraph on the suggestion or recommendation. And definitely no essay can be complete without conclusion. So again, you would like to, you will have to write down conclusion paragraph as well. So writing one paragraph on introduction, one paragraph on, you can say, 3 to 4 paragraphs on positive aspects, and 3 to 4 paragraphs on the negative aspects, and 1 or 2 paragraphs on the recommendation, and the last paragraph on the conclusion. These would be collectively, it would take a lot of time, and this is usually assumed, or this is usually the case of a long essay. But in today's video, actually we are talking about short essay. So one paragraph would be sufficient for introduction, as it is usually case in any essay. Only 2 paragraphs would be for positive aspects of the media, role of media. Only paragraphs would be on the negative aspects of media. One paragraph would be for the suggestions, or for the responsible use of media. Actually, fourth heading, and the last paragraph would be on the conclusion. So in collective, in totality, these would be maximum 7 paragraphs on this short essay. So on the positive role of media in Pakistan, you can write down 2 paragraphs. In one paragraph, you can discuss 2 points. In the in the following paragraph, in the next paragraph, you can write down 2 points in that particular paragraph. So 4 points are sufficient to be discussed in 2 paragraphs regarding positive role of media in Pakistan. So in paragraphs which would be about the positive aspects of role of media in Pakistan, you can write down that media promotes tolerance, education, and civic sense. This is actually one point. And media highlights social issues and corruption. This is second point. You can skip it as well. I mean, you can like this. These are now 4 points, and these 4 points can be covered in 2 paragraphs. In first paragraph, you would write down that media in Pakistan promotes tolerance, education, and civic sense. And in this paragraph, on in in the further, in the next lines, you can write down that media promotes or provides the opportunities for entertainment and cultural expression. Through Pakistan, we represent, or we express our cultural identity. So in the next paragraph, you can write down that media supports democracy and human rights, and media acts as a bridge between people and government. So in 2 paragraphs, you can cover actually 4 points. So in the in the following paragraph, or in the next paragraphs, you will write down the challenges or the negative aspects of media in Pakistan. And again, there are 4 points. I have written 4 points, and you can cover these 4 points in two paragraphs actually. In one paragraph, you would write down that media creates sensationalism and lack of ethical journalism, or you can say yellow journalism. That is actually bogus, or that is actually based on sensationalism, and that is just meant for rating purpose and for catching more views, subscribers, as followers. And second point is media spreads fake news, bogus news, misinformation, and disinformation. These 2 points can be covered in one paragraph. Okay. And the third point is that media causes political bias and commercialization. Some media channels are fixed, or they are aimed at promoting a particular political party or a particular political ideology, and they just keep on working on their commercial gains or their personal gains, or they just keep on focusing on the profiteering actually. And this is actually that negative side of media. And the fourth point or last point is media adversely impacts youth and moral values. Media is sometimes promotes vulgarity and pornography, and media sometimes depicts it, demonstrate, and it illustrates things which are against our culture, our morality, our ethical codes, and our religious values. So these 4 points can be covered in two paragraphs, 2 points in one paragraph. And in this way, two paragraphs would be sufficient on negative aspects of the role of media in Pakistan. And the last, second last paragraph would be on the suggestions for responsible use of media. I mean, how we can turn media's negative role into positive one, or how we can ensure the positive, or how we can ensure the responsible use of media. There would be one paragraph on this, because we are going to write down a short English essay actually. So in one paragraph, you are supposed to write down 4 points. It would be an art to merge actually 4 points in one healthy paragraph. And the length of paragraph should be balanced. I mean, it should not be the case that one paragraph is of 7 lines and the next paragraph is of the 15 lines and the next paragraph is of 4 lines. No. If you are writing a paragraph of 7 lines, so the every almost every paragraph should have 7 to 8 lines. If you are write if you're writing a paragraph of 8 to 10 lines, then every paragraph should have on average 8 to 10 lines. That would look balanced, more presentable, and that would look more presentable, more good. That would look eye-catching, and that would make sense actually. So in the when you would be writing actually a paragraph on the suggestions for a responsible use of media, you can suggest that media ethics and regulation should be strengthened. I mean, ethical codes should be introduced through you can say PAMRA, or Pakistan Electronic and Media Regulatory Authority. And media encouraging fact-based reporting should be prioritized. Mean, channels should not be they should not be working on the principle of sensationalism. They should not promote shallow journalism. Rather, factual reporting, investigative journalism should be actually promoted. And again, you can write down that promoting media literacy among citizens will pay off. When the citizen of Pakistan would be trained on, or they would be given awareness regarding media, and when they would be given awareness about what is actual media and what is factual media and what is shallow journalism, then they would be they would internalize, and they would get familiar with the golden principles of reporting, interviewing, covering, and writing and watching. So the last point would is that ensure freedom with accountability for responsible use of media. I mean, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and freedom of speaking. This is actually freedom of press. So freedom of press should be ensured with responsible use of media. Mean there should be accountability as well as freedom of expression. So these 3 to 4 points or 5 points should be written in one paragraph, and that is actually a paragraph based on the suggestions or recommendations, because we have covered the negative aspects of media. So how negative aspects of media can be turned into positive aspects, that is actually all about suggestion or recommendation. And no English essay, be it short essay or long essay, can be complete without recommendations. And recommendation paragraphs comes before conclusion actually. Last paragraph is conclusion, and before conclusion comes the paragraph. That can be one paragraph for short essay, and there can be 2 to 3 paragraphs in long essay, that is of 100 marks actually. So today, in today's video, actually we are covering short English essay. So there one paragraph for the suggestion or recommendation would be sufficient, and in the last paragraph, that would be paragraph of conclusion. You can write down that media acts as a mirror of a society. Mean if a society is functioning on good principles of media, on good principles of journalism, that would be a healthy society. So if a society is dysfunctional, it means its media is not you can say free. If in a society media is observing limitations, or it is passing through you can say different boundaries, limitations, and different, you can say, limitations or obstructions actually, that is not a healthy society, and that society is not a functional society actually. And in conclusion, you can write down that there is a need for responsible and constructive media for a prosperous Pakistan. Mean if Pakistan is to grow and glow, if Pakistan is to become a prosperous country, then freedom of press should be ensured with accountability. So in the last lines, I would like to say that in conclusion paragraph, you should embed a famous quote as well. For this essay, this is thesis statement that is very useful, very critical, very important, very significant, and it carries weight actually. And as I have discussed earlier, this thesis statement should be embedded. This should be placed on the last lines of introduction paragraph. Thesis statement is: in modern Pakistan, media serves as a force that can enlighten the masses, यानी कि लोगों को, strengthen democracy, and promote national progress, provided it operates with responsibility and integrity. In Pakistan, media can act as source of awareness for the people. It can strengthen democracy. It can promote national progress or national development. And but media can do this, provided that, it is necessary, it is incumbent, it is must that media should operate in an environment where media can work as a responsible pillar of the society, in a way which is laced with integrity actually. So this is thesis statement. Now actually I'm going to write down I have written actually a paragraph on the introduction for this essay, which I have discussed in previous uh, minutes, couple of minutes. So in if we are if suppose you are going to write down an essay on this topic, the role of media in Pakistan, you can write a paragraph like this. And on the end of the introductory paragraph, I would embed, or I would place that very thesis statement actually. So you can write that in the 21st century, media has emerged as one of the most powerful tools shaping public opinion, influencing politics, and directing the course of nations. In Pakistan, media has undergone a remarkable transformation from limited print outlets in the early decades to an overwhelming presence of television networks and digital platforms today. We have signaled that in the earlier times around independence, there were only limited printing, you can say, outlets. But in today's, we have, we are observing a media which is full of electronic television and, digital platforms. The media connects the people with their leaders, raises awareness on social and political issues, and serves as a platform for public debate. These are actually different functions of media. However, with this immense influence comes equal responsibility to report truthfully and act ethically. Although there are different functions of media, but these functions cannot be performed ethically in the absence of responsibility, truthfulness, and ethical codes. So, mean these functions can only be the functions which media performs actually cannot be ensured without responsibility, accountability, ethicality, and truthfulness actually. And you can see that ending lines of this paragraph mean the paragraph of introduction, mean introduction paragraph or introductory paragraph. I'm placing thesis statement which I have shown you earlier, which I have read in front of you. In modern Pakistan, media serves as a force. So in the last lines of the introductory paragraph I am writing, I have written down in modern Pakistan, media serves as a force that can enlighten the masses, strengthen the democracy, and promote national progress, provided it operates with responsibility and integrity. This is actually introductory paragraph. And I have also written down a sample conclusion paragraph for this essay, and you will check and you will notice that I have placed a quote at the ending lines of conclusion paragraph actually. To conclude, conclusion paragraph should be started with these words. To conclude mean these words show to examiner that now essay is going to be concluded or it is going to be wrapped up actually. To conclude, the media in modern Pakistan plays a defining role in promoting accountability, cultural identity, and democratic growth. I have covered all points in a few words, but covering all the words which I have, all the points which I have discussed earlier. It has empowered, media. It has empowered citizens with awareness, amplified marginalized voices, and exposed corruption and injustice. Yet, the same media can also mislead, divide, and harm when it drifts from ethics and objectivity. Although media has served the Pakistan, but media can mislead, misguide, divide the nation, and it can harm people when it drifts from ethics to ob- ethics and objectivity. When it it when it ignores the principles of objectivity and ethicality or morality actually. The future of Pakistan's democracy depends on how responsibly the media performs its role as a guardian of truth and a builder of informed society. This is, a line which shows hope or which shows our recommendation as well that future of Pakistan's democracy depends upon how media can perform its role in a responsible way actually. And as Malcolm X once said, he was actually an African American revolutionary. He was, a torchbearer of humanity, human rights actually, and he was the strong or staunch advocate of actually freedom of press. And he was actually a human rights activist who was working on the black people empowerment actually. So, as Malcolm X once said, media is most powerful entity on the earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and the guilty innocent. Media is such a strong and powerful thing on the earth that it can make a guilty person an innocent, and it can make an innocent person look or appear guilty. And that is power. So, in this code, I have concluded, I have ended the conclusion paragraph. And you can write down another quote as well, and that is whoever controls the media controls the mind, said Jim Morrison. So, in today's video, I have covered this very topic, and that topic is actually the role of media in modern Pakistan. I have shown in front of you, that you, if you are going to write down a short essay, English essay on this very topic, how you are going to write down actually outline, what should be the most suitable thesis statement for this topic, how an introductory paragraph should be written on this topic, and how this essay should be concluded with a strong quote, with a famous quote actually, and where thesis statement should be placed in the introductory paragraph of this on where a thesis statement should be placed in introductory paragraph on this very topic actually. Hopefully you have got that how a short English essay should be written and how its outline should be drawn. In the next video, in the coming video, I would come up with another topic for short English essay of 30 to 40 marks, which usually appears in PPSC, FPSC, or other competitive examination of different provinces of Pakistan. Hopefully you would have liked this video. If you have liked this video, if you have found this video interesting, meaningful, and if you think that this video has an educational value for you, like it and subscribe my YouTube channel English with Ajmal Khan. And if you think that this video is useful for any friend of yours, you should send this the link of this video to your kith and kin, your friends, and anyone who is in your circle who needs this type of stuff. अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखें. Take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.